how do you make a temporary space feel like home, but you're not sure exactly how long you'll be living there, and you don't want to spend too much money? That's what I'm talking about today on Untamed Hearth. Welcome, I'm Laura, and join us to see what our temporary space looks like and how it's evolved over the past couple of months. Since we've been living out of bins since June, we really wanted to get some stuff out on the shelves to make it easier to cook and everything. So River put up these temporary shelves to make a pantry in the area that will eventually be a walk-in refrigerator for hanging meat. It's nice and warm in here with the wood stove going. Everybody has short sleeve shirts on, and the wood stove is doing its job. We got the stove off Facebook Marketplace for $75. It's great for a temporary stove. We used our same counter that we had out when we were camping, and we took the freezer off the dollies that we had it on so we could move it around. We don't need to move it around anymore. It's in the spot that it's going to stay in probably for good. We've got our air purifiers out, which is good because the air is still kind of dusty. Even though I cleaned and cleaned and cleaned, it's still dusty. Well guys, I've been busy organizing our space. As you can see, we're still like a construction zone, but we're also trying to make this space cozy for us as we are living here. So I've been emptying bins, some of which haven't been opened for almost 2 years, or 18 months I guess. And one of the things I found was this thing. Sorry, the light is horrible right now, which is part of the Nintendo Switch. We looked for it like 6 months ago. I couldn't find it anywhere, but I was sure I hadn't thrown it away when we moved. I just found it in a bin, that hadn't been opened for 18 months. So there's that. The boys will be very happy. Now they can play Switch on the TV. And then I've been organizing the pantry, and I decided I was going to put all my flowers and everything in jars. I probably wouldn't have if we had a door, if this was closed away, but because you can see it from everywhere, I want it to look kind of pretty, so, or at least organized, if not pretty. So I have put stuff in jars. It just looks better, and I label it with the green frog tape because it comes right off. It's not the most beautiful thing, but all these labels are kind of temporary. So, and then I have all my glass Pyrex dishes here that we use for food storage and River takes for lunch every day. And what I do with the covers is I use these magazine holders. Any magazine holder would do. These are ones that we had at the old house as well. And then your covers can stay upright like this instead of falling all over the place, which was always really annoying. You can find them easily, they're not falling, and yeah, that works really well for me. Up here I actually have another one, and I put my hand zhuzher in it. Takes up less space when it's vertical. It's another trick. Store things vertically if you can. Anyway, that's where we're at right now with the organization. It's coming along slowly but surely. I'm ready for tea if anybody wants to come over. The boys and I are each using one of these 3-drawer bins that I got at Target for our clothes. River's using the big bins. We have been sleeping on our camp mattresses since June. We have an amazing camp mattress. So we used these when we were living in the little cottage for clothes. But ultimately I needed some space to store veggies and stuff. So here I have, this is under my counter. Here I have herbs and such. Onions. This bin is going to get changed right now. It has like supplements and tooth stuff and hairbrushes, but that'll get put somewhere else, and I'll probably put sweet potatoes in there. I have potatoes and squash, avocados, and then these are, you know, like the dishcloths and stuff like that, and those are in there. It's nice to have everything have a place. Before it was all in bins and it was so tricky to get to everything. I forgot to say, we had these when we were camping because they had a cover and the mouse can't fit through these holes, which was really important for us in order to leave like avocados out or sweet potatoes, things that didn't necessarily do well in a bin, but that the animals would try to eat. So these worked really well for that, and I liked them a lot. And now we found another use for them, so I'm excited about that. We needed a place to store things like our nail guns and our small compressor and things like that that couldn't freeze. So River built these shelves in our mechanical room. They're up really high. You have to use a ladder to get them. I wanted to build a wood box because I can't stand wood just like falling all over the place. I needed it to be tidy. And I built this out of pallets. It took a while because I had to cut a lot, and pallets are made of really hard wood. We needed some shelves to hold books, so River made this one out of scraps from our roof. It came out really well. I wish we could put doors on it, but not yet. River got some pieces of countertop from a job that he was doing. So we're going to put in a countertop. I think it's Korean countertop in here. And it'll be so nice to have the extra space and not be working off of the table that we had there before. Eventually we'll put shelves in. He put in the frames for the shelves, but we didn't get the shelves up yet. Still looking like a construction zone in here. We put the extra bales we had of insulation up against the wall of the garage doors to keep it warmer in here. And look at that, we got part of the countertop in. Looks great. It can be tricky to turn a temporary living space into something that feels homey without spending a lot of money, but we're trying to use all the things that we were able to save from our old house and things that we had to get when we were camping to make this space feel homey and warm. And right now we're all feeling really comfortable here and we're cozy, and we're still organizing things one day at a time and going through bins and realizing things that, you know, we haven't seen in 18 months. And do we need these or can we let them go? So every day is a process. We're also trying to take some time off so that we're not always constantly working. Everybody needs a day off now and then. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had to live in a temporary situation and how you made it feel homey for the time that you were there without spending a lot of money. Thanks for joining us at Untamed Hearth today. We hope you subscribe so you can see our other adventures and what happens next and how we continue to live in this temporary space until our apartment is completed. We hope to hear from you soon. Thanks for joining us on this adventure.